Hi kids, and welcome to Science is the Bomb with Mrs. Holderbaum. Remember, scientists like to ask questions, they like to explore, try new things, they like to take things apart and put them together. And today we are going to be doing some egg experiments. We're going to explore eggs and find out what are some neat things and cool experiments that we can do with eggs. Let's have some fun. I'm going to show you a couple different egg experiments today, and you can choose which one you want to do. Or if you want to, you can try all of them. For our first experiment today, we are going to be finding out if an egg will sink or float. So when I add an egg to this glass of water, I'm going to find out if it will go up to the top. That would mean it floats. Or if it goes all the way down to the bottom, that would mean it sinks. And then after we find out, we're going to see if we can use science to change it. So for this experiment, here are the things you need. You need a glass of water, a peeled hard-boiled egg, a spoon, and we're also going to need some salt. So here's what we're going to do first. We're going to gently put the egg into the water to see if it sinks or if it floats. Let it go. See how it's going down to the bottom? That means the egg sinks. So the egg sinks in the water. Now I'm going to scoop it out carefully so I don't break the egg. Use your spoon to scoop it out and just set it down on a paper towel or on a plate. Now for the next part, we're going to explore what will happen if we add some salt to the water. So you might want to take your spoon and maybe I'll just measure. Let's put about that much in there. 1 spoonful of salt, about a tablespoon. Now I'm going to mix it up. So I'm changing the water. Now I have, instead of plain water, now I have salt water. Now I want to find out, will the egg sink or float in salt water? Let's find out. Take your hard-boiled egg, put it back on the spoon, let it into the water. It's kind of hard to see. But if you look closely, look, I can see the tip of it right there at the top of the water. I can get any closer for you to see. My egg is floating. See how the top of it's poking out? Well, that's interesting. See, it's not down there at the bottom. It's up there at the top. So I just discovered that when I added salt to the water, now my egg is floating. So see if you can make a floating egg at home. And now that the salt's dissolving more, you can see the egg right there at the top. So in plain water, it sinks. In salt water, it floats. And then you can take your hard-boiled egg out. If you like hard-boiled eggs, you could eat it now. All right, so maybe you might want to try that one. Let's check out a couple more experiments you could do. For our next egg experiment, I'm going to show you how you could change an egg into a rubber egg. So here's what you need for this one. If you choose to do this experiment, you need a hard-boiled egg. Hear how the shell's still on it, and don't peel it. I'm going to need some vinegar and glass. And what you're going to do is you're going to put the egg into the glass, and then you're going to pour in some vinegar until your egg is covered in vinegar. Now this experiment takes 1 or more days. So what you have to do is you have to just set your cup down somewhere where it can be safe. And then the next day, check on your egg again. You'll have to kind of touch it and see if it changed. If it didn't change, wait again. Check on it the next day. It might take 1, 2, or 3 days for your egg to change. Now my egg, I just put in here maybe about an hour ago. And I notice one of my observations is, see if I hold it up kind of close to the camera, you can see, I see a lot of little teeny tiny bubbles forming all over the shell of my egg. So that's kind of interesting. Now, let it sit for a few days and check on it. And in a few days, you might notice that the shell of your egg is going to change. And then instead of being hard, it's going to be kind of squishy and soft like rubber. Check it out and see what happens. I think, and then ask yourself, why did that happen? Did it have something to do with vinegar? Vinegar is a kind of liquid called an acid. Maybe the vinegar helped to change the shell of the egg. Give it a try and see what you find out. Now for the next egg experiment, I'm going to show you how to build a scale and find out how much does an egg weigh. Here's the things you need for this egg experiment. You need a hard-boiled egg, some pennies. I'm going to show you how to build a scale with a ruler, a toilet paper tube, and 2 paper cups with some tape. So the first thing you have to do is I'm going to take some tape off, and I'm going to tape down my ruler right to the middle of my toilet paper tube. Usually you can tell where the middle is because there's usually a hole right there in the middle. Going to be building what's called a scale. Now, I need to put a cup on this side and a cup on this side so that I can put the egg in there and then the pennies on the other side and see if I can get it to balance. It's almost kind of like a teeter-totter or a seesaw. So, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to get 1 cup, I'm going to take a piece of tape, and I'm going to tape this cup to one side of my ruler. So I'm going to put the cup on here, and I might need to just set it down. Let's see if I can hold it up and show you. And I'm going to take the cup, put it on the ruler, and then I'm going to wrap the tape around. Probably your mom or dad will have to help you with building it. Okay, we got to tape it on. I feel like I need a little more tape. So you're going to tape it on nice and tight, and then we're going to do the exact same thing to the other side. So I'm going to put a cup, I'm going to tape a cup to that side too. So I have a cup here, and I have a cup here. So I'll get my other cup, piece of tape, that's a big one. Put the tape on the side of my cup, like that, and then wrap it around. I'm going to wrap that tape around the ruler so that it's stuck on good. Okay? Alright, so now I have a scale. Alright, so to find out how much our egg weighs, here's what we have. We built our scale with the toilet paper tube, 2 cups taped to a ruler, and I had to tape this down right here. Now when the ruler is going straight across like this, that means both cups are equal weight. Right now they don't have anything in them, so they're balancing. But what happens if I put the egg in this side? Look at this side is heavier, so it goes down. This side is lighter, so it goes up. Here's what I want to find out. I want to find out how how many pennies does an egg weigh? To find out, you have to count the pennies and keep adding them to the other cup until it balances. So let's see what we can do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Look, it started to move a little bit when I got to 24. I noticed that, look it's moved off the ground. So I'm going to go a little slower. 25. Ooh, did you see that? I feel like it weighs somewhere between 24 and 25. Let's see if I take a few out. I feel like it moved. 4, 3. I feel like it moved a little bit. Was 25. Ooh. I think it's about balancing. Let's see if I add one more. This will make 26. Ooh, 26 seems to be a little too much. See if you can get it. Might have to shift it around a little bit. Looks like mine weighs maybe about 26. You might have to do some experimenting and see. If I could get it to go perfectly straight. Oh, every time I do that, it goes all the way down. Keep on experimenting. Maybe take a few out. See if you can get it to go perfectly straight. Might be a little hard to do. Oh, it looks like it's about that much. All right, I finally got my egg to balance with my pennies. So when you get it to balance and stay going straight across, that's how much your egg weighs. So you could count as you're putting them in. See, I still got my egg in there. Or you could count after you get it to balance. You could take your pennies out and count them and see how many you had. So let's see how many I had to make my balance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. It took to balance my egg, so that's how much mine weighed. Yours might weigh a different amount depending on how big your eggs are, because different eggs come in different sizes. All right, kids, so now we've learned to do 3 different egg experiments. So now you choose which one you would like to try, or maybe you can try all of them. You could see if an egg will float or sink in a glass of water, and add some salt and see if you can change the results of the experiment. You could put an egg into a cup of vinegar and let it sit there for a few days. Check it and see if you can make a rubber egg. Or you could weigh an egg to see how many pennies it weighs. You can build a scale like I showed you in the video, and add pennies to see how many pennies does your egg weigh. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching Science is the Bomb with Mrs. Holderbaum.